Hi, I sat with Troy and Joe for yoga. It's been just under a year now, and I would say, without a doubt, it was completely a life-changing experience. I was not looking to try iboga. My partner ran across it and was like, "This is something I'd like to do," and so I thought it would be kind of cool to do it together. And so went and did a 5 day retreat with Troy and Joe, and I have to say they were really incredible. They're both very kind and compassionate and able to talk about things that are kind of intense and highly personal. And they just approach everything with gentleness and kindness. And there were some things that I was not sure about, and just a lot that I had to learn. And I have a significant trauma history, so there was just a lot of things that came up. And um, Joe did my psychospiritual journey, and we did it the second night. And I had no idea how much stuff was in there that I needed to work on and was still holding on to. And she just would have a way of asking, little questions here and there, and then like follow-up questions, and just walked me through so much stuff that I didn't realize had really built up inside and that I hadn't worked on and processed through. And just as an example of some of the things that um, changed with it, I had been doing EMDR for only 2 years before I went to the iboga ceremony. And after I finished the iboga, I was like, wow, I think I'm okay. And it was. I ended up was able to stop my depression meds. And then I finished up EMDR, I think like 4 weeks after the iboga experience. And I was just like, I feel better. I don't feel like I need to continue this. And my therapist agreed. It's really transformational. I was having a lot of sleep issues before I did iboga, and that went away. There was some pretty pronounced triggers inside, and I didn't go to iboga thinking that that was going to help with any of that, and it did. Um, Stuff from the past that like it when I would experience it, it wasn't even logical. I would just be reacting, and it was kind of frustrating, and I didn't know why I reacted the way that I did. And after sitting with Troy and Joe, it was just like those things were just wiped out. And honestly, I wouldn't even believe it if I hadn't tried it myself. And I would struggle to meditate. I'm the kind of person that if I sat down and tried to like calm my mind, it was like ping, 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 ping all over the place. And so trying to do things like meditating were very frustrating for me. And um, after the iboga, we did the first ceremony, and we were sitting outside, and I just realized I had never felt my mind this calm before. And it was just like if you had thrown a rock into a pond and then it just settled and returned back to that stillness. That's where my mind was at. And it wasn't until we left the retreat that I realized how much I had been doing to just distract myself, and how I couldn't just sit with myself because of all of the sadness and the emotions that I felt. And so after that, I was actually able to be with myself, and I wasn't afraid of um, being in my head. I think that's maybe the best way to put it, because I didn't have all these dark and negative thoughts that I needed to distract myself from to feel okay. So that went away. Um, I had some physical pain that I truly believe was connected to the mental health stuff I had going on, and that improved and hasn't come back. There was just a lot of things that would be hard to sit and kind of remember all of it, but I definitely, literally would recommend that experience and iboga to anybody. I think all of us have something that we can heal from. And I, in particular, had no idea about some of the thoughts that were just kind of constantly playing in the background of my mind. And when those came to the forefront, and then not only that, I was able to start working on them and like, is that really true? And do I want that in my mind anymore? And really processing and sorting through that. It made a huge difference. I think one of the biggest things I noticed was my ability, maybe resilience or stress tolerance, like my ability to handle things. Before, it seemed like it didn't take very much to just feel kind of overwhelmed, like I just wanted to hide, and I couldn't really take anything else on. And this gave me the ability to, it's like my mind wasn't so busy trying to stuff all these things on the background that now I had the space to focus my energy on things that I wanted to do. And that made all the difference when it came to work and my personal life. So, long story short, I would 100% recommend to anybody working with Joy and Joe, and then also studying with my Logan, who is literally transformational and changed my life.